So, today we got a comparison between my first and second attempt. First attempt is on the bottom there, second attempt is on the top. So main difference was I was a lot more attacking basically. I had written down my split times from the first attempt on the whiteboard, which is on the as you're looking at the screen on the right hand side, you can't see it. So I'd written down all of my split times, and I was just trying to stay ahead of that for each round. Movement wise, I didn't change much at all. There was a couple rounds where I did stay a little bit lower in the burpees, but other than that, I stayed the same. I did on the few of the lunges take bigger steps, but I think where I saved most of my time was on the lunges and my transitions. So my transitions and my lunges were a lot faster compared to my first attempt. So you see on the round of 6, I'm already quite a ways ahead. Again, I was moving a bit faster on the burpees and the hang clean jerk. However, it was mainly just the transitions and the lunges. And what gave me the confidence, obviously, to go a little bit faster was I had done it, obviously, the first time, so I knew how I was going to feel, and when I started to sort of get out of breath, I guess. So on the first attempt, it was around sort of 8 minutes, which I believe is around the 15s. On the second attempt, obviously, I was pushing a lot harder, so it was a lot earlier. It was probably, and you see me there looking over at the split times. So I do that quite a bit throughout this workout, just making sure that I'm staying ahead. I think at one point I get to about a minute ahead, so you can see bigger steps on those lunges compared to the first. A lot less transition times, but you can tell, or you can see that my burpees and the snatches are pretty much the same. I did get quite a lot of feedback on things I should be doing, like that little hop skip, I guess, over the dumbbell. But again, my argument is, and was, that I'd prefer to do something that I have done for many years, that I'm more comfortable with. I don't have to put as much thought into, therefore being overall a little bit more efficient than trying to do something new that I haven't done before, having to put a lot more thought into it. It's pretty much taking all my mental capacity to just count the reps. I don't have a judge, so keeping track of the reps, which is something that I do lose track of now and then in different workouts. So, but thankfully through both attempts, I was all on top of the reps there. You'll notice also I changed my positioning on the dumbbell snatch. So on the first attempt, I didn't realize straight away, but it was harder to see the lockout on my left arm. So through the first attempt, I sort of turned slightly. I think it must have been on around 15s. But I made sure on my second attempt that it's a lot easier to see the lockout with that left side, so that's why I sort of tilted towards the camera there, just in case. but you can see here I've pulled ahead quite a ways on my burpees at around 15 for my second attempt, and whilst I'm still doing the snatches on around 12. And you can just see and for my first attempt, it was my goal to pace this workout. I just wanted to get a feel for it, just to see where my fitness was at this point in time as well. I haven't, my fitness isn't where I want it to be, due to being injured for the last 3 years and not being able to do or train the way that I want to. So this was, the first attempt was just to see where I'm at, basically. I felt pretty good with how I paced it. I thought I was pretty spot on. There was 2 parts that I wasn't happy with on the round of the last round that I got up to on my first attempt. I did take a rest, and I broke up the dumbbells as well. So I wasn't quite happy with that, but other than that, it was pretty good. I don't remember what round it is, but I know I dropped the dumbbell as well on my second attempt. It just didn't quite grab it properly as I transitioned from one arm to the other. Yeah, it was this round. You see here, I'm a little bit slower on the lunges here. That was deliberate. I felt my heart rate getting a little bit higher than I would have liked, so I deliberately slowed down the lunges a bit, took an extra step. And you see me take a look at the whiteboard just to make sure that I'm still on track. So when I wrote down the split times, I think I was looking to be 4 seconds faster on the first round, like 9 seconds faster on the second round, and then by the end of it, I think I wanted to be 50 seconds faster by the time I got finished the round of 18s. Turns out I was even faster than that. So even though my burpees are a little bit faster, still same movement patterns. I was starting to add in an extra step to my burpees as well. So on that landing, you see I shift my feet. So I take 3 steps on that side, 2 steps. So just to readjust for the down phase of the burpee. But other than that, pretty consistent. So I think here that was my longest. Must be this round where I dropped a dumbbell. I pick it straight back up, so it's not like I lose much time, but definitely lost a couple seconds. Could have got an extra rep perhaps, but overall, I was up until this point, I was quite happy with how I was traveling. Obviously working a lot harder. You can see the comparison in facial expressions between the two efforts. That must be the next round. Yeah, so this is the one where I really slowed it down. I was like, heart rate's pretty high. I'm significantly ahead of where I was last time, so just take a little bit easier on this lunge. And again, the reason I did that was to make sure that I was able to still keep everything unbroken and push just a little bit more than I did on the first attempt. So even though I gave myself permission to slow down a little bit on those lunges, I was still in an attacking mindset, because I knew that if I was to really push the pace, specifically on that set of lunges, I might not have been able to continually push as hard as I have been. So you see on a few of these, I'm taking a big breath in just before I go into the down phase of that burpee. So these ones are a little bit slower. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'm significantly ahead. I know I'm going to beat what I did last time. Drop the intensity down just a little bit so we can, when that time gets closer, really push the pace. Now, admittedly, I probably should have gone a little bit faster towards the end. I did end up sort of pushing the pace on the last, I think, maybe 30-ish seconds. But I probably should have started a little bit, maybe a minute to go, started to push that pace just to get all those extra reps. I do believe if I was to do this a third time, I could get more reps, maybe another 5 reps maybe. I'm not going to do that, but just like I knew after my first attempt that I could beat that score, I know again, if I was to do it again, I could definitely get more than I got on my second attempt as well. A little bit of a rest there. Nothing too crazy. I think it was like 3 seconds or 4 seconds by the time I'd mucked around. But yeah, heart rate's up there, breathing heavy. So up until this point, everything's been unbroken. Did I miss where I dropped my dumbbell? Or is it on this one? I don't think it was on this one. Might have been. Anyway, I did drop the dumbbell at some point. I might have missed it. Didn't think it was on the last round. Must have been on the last round. Either way. So yeah, up until this point, everything's been unbroken. Really just taking my time on the lunges here. You can see I'm breathing pretty heavy. Pause. Sheesh. Alright. So what I have like a minute 5 to try and get as many reps as I can. Probably the best spot to be in when time's ticking down is on the hang clean jerks, just because they're easier reps, or you're able to get a lot more reps in the dying sort of seconds. Obviously the second is burpees, so I was on the burpees with that a minute to go. Well, might have been 20 seconds ago that where I sort of, yeah, about here. So it was about 18 seconds where I sort of decided to sell out, to give everything, which is still quite slow at this point. Get a few extra. There we go.